At once, everything flared into cognizance. The warm air became spikes to her lungs. The light of the campfire, a blinding flare of orange. Xavier's fist flying towards her, sharp ringing in her ears. She jumped out of the way with strength alien to her muscles and realized she had evaded him. Finally, that smile did peek through. Then he pursued her. Eva skidded around this campfire and dodged his punch. Namaste, I'm Sanvi from grade 10. Since I was a little kid, I had this wild imagination that made my English teachers pretty happy. Writing was like second nature to me. And then, you guessed it, Harry Potter happened. It was like I stepped into Diagon Alley and I never wanted to leave. I started reading in grade 2 when I first got my Kindle, and by grade 3, Harry Potter had become a cherished addition to my literary adventures. Birthdays were a riot. Instead of fancy dresses, all I wanted was a fresh stack of books. My closet might have suffered, but my bookshelf was flourishing. The library was my sanctuary. I could spend hours and hours there, surrounded by the scent of aging pages and the promise of countless adventures. In the quiet corners of a childhood filled with stories, I discovered the enchantment of words. From the beginning, an innate talent for writing set the stage for a captivating journey into the world of literature. I remember this one time in the library, so engrossed in reading that I didn't realize that one of my teachers had come and gone. Later, she told my mother how surprised she was to see someone so young, so immersed in reading a book. There was also this one time in tennis class, I was so engrossed in a book before it that I was mentally choreographing the next chapter instead of practicing my serves. And then, of course, there was my trusty Kindle, a digital library that traveled with me everywhere, ensuring that a whole world of stories was just a click away. Inspired by the magical worlds that I loved, I thought, why not write my own? Overcoming writer's block and creating characters with personality. Now that's a quest. When the words refuse to flow, I dive into the realms of new books. Reading someone else's creation sparks my creativity, breaks the chains of the block. It's like borrowing a bit of magic from fellow wordsmiths to reignite my own. I love the idea of fantasy and adventure, yearning to be swept away into a world of adventures. My motivation stemmed from my parents' support and my own determination to finish and publish my book. Ideas were fluttering around in my head, keeping me awake at night until I finally decided to put them into words. Among these ideas were dramas and adventurous tales, envisioning landscapes and thrilling scenarios. At 12, I dived into writing and finished my first book at 13, a 300-page fantasy realm that I hope can transport readers like my favorites did for me. My parents were my biggest cheerleaders. Every story I wrote, they were there to read it. I remember for my birthday, they surprised me with a Hogwarts-themed cake. They made me believe in my stories, even when I doubted myself. It's like having my own personal fan club. The book I wrote is about a princess on a journey to find a cure for a planet as it faces imminent destruction. It delves into Amira's adventures, uncovering profound truths that shape her destiny, a tale of continuous exploration and discovery. I would really like to thank all my family, teachers, friends, and most importantly, my school, Suchitra Academy, for giving me this amazing platform to share my story.
Namaste. I consider myself fortunate enough to be Sanvi's math teacher in grade 9. I have worked with her closely and I have seen her the way she approaches a sum, tackles it, thinks about it and then puts it on the paper. It is truly commendable the way she thinks creative and out of the box and comes up with more than a solution for the same sum. And not only in math, I have seen her even otherwise so compassionate and so calm, at the same time very knowledgeable. I wish her all the best in all her future endeavors. Thank you.
Namaste everyone. I am Ishita Chakravarti. I am Sanvi's class teacher and English mentor for the last 2 years. Sanvi is a wonderful child. She's very diligent and hardworking. As you all know, she is an avid reader and jokingly we call her a bookworm. It is always a pleasure to read the answers that Sanvi writes, whether it is her notebook or in the answer scripts. She beautifully analyzes the characters that are there in our English chapters. Her handwriting is also wonderful, so as a teacher, it is always a pleasure to go through her notebooks. I wish Sanvi a very bright future, and needless to say, she is an asset to my class. Thank you.
Namaste. I'm Hema, working as Senior Librarian at Suchitra Academy. Today I'm here speaking about Sanvi. Sanvi possesses discerning eloquence and judicious restraint. Her vocabulary is marked with sophistication and refinement, reflecting a keen awareness of language power and importance of thoughtful communication. I wish her all the success in her future endeavors. Thank you.
Namaste. I am Praveen, Sanvi's father. I have been partner in Sanvi's book reading journey since her childhood. Together, we explore libraries and even we share some of the books. Today, seeing her as an avid reader and an author fills my heart with joy.
Namaste everyone. I'm Pranali, the proud mother of Sanvi. I still remember the days when Sanvi used to ask for a book on her birthdays instead of asking for gifts. And during journeys, she never used to forget to carry her Kindle and her favorite book. When she was too young, she used to read for hours and hours, and I had to snatch a book from her, and that is how I had to make her slave. And later I realized that she has a special connection with books, and her love for books has blossomed, and she is an author now. And it is a proud moment for me. Thank you.
Namaste. I am Anushka, a good friend of Sanvi. Me and Sanvi met at Akash, and I have come to notice her very big passion towards reading books. She would always bring her favorite choice of book to Akash for reading it, while during free periods or even during the breaks. When it comes to choosing a book, Sanvi has very interesting choices. And besides all of this, she has also launched her very own little book, The Princess and Her Trials, which is just fantastic. If you ever need advice on which type of books to read, take it from Sanvi.
Namaste. This is Amrita of grade 9. I have recently read The Princess and Her Trial by a close friend of mine, B. Sanvi. The book was amazing and it was a worth read. You might find the character developments and all the sudden surprises very, very interesting. And to be fair, I wanted more. It was beautiful and the ending was very amazing. All in all, I feel like I can give it 100 out of 10. It was amazing and I recommend all of you to read the book. Thank you.
I guess my love for books doesn't follow rules. Caught reading on buses, at lunch, even family reunions. Books are my sidekicks. Life is a story, and I'm just trying to write the funniest, most thrilling chapter that I can. I am a Suchitran Superstar, and this is my story. If I can do it, then you can.